Hi, Dave from Buzzy here. In this video, we're going to look at nesting or embedding data using the Buzzy Figma plugin. So as an example, here's a simple portfolio design. This is available as a remixed file in the Figma community, so go check it out. So it's a simple design. It's got a single menu of projects, and if you click on a project, and this is data driven, you get taken to a project screen which has got information about it and a nested list of images with captions. So that's an example of embedding. So that's a separate set of data which is embedded inside the project data. So how do we go about setting this up? Let's do it from scratch using the same file as an example. So as a simple example, we could add comments to a project. So each project could contain multiple comments. So that's an example of nesting data, right? I've already set up some design bits, so to save some time, so let's go do this. There's my comments section. I'm just going to drag it into the projects page. There it is. And there's a couple of extra bits I've got here which we'll get to afterwards. So first things first, we've got our design. It's got a list of comments and it's got a form to add a comment. And down here it's got no results message if there are no comments, and it'll render that instead. So how do we go about setting this up? First things first, none of this exists as data yet, so let's go to our data tab and you'll see there's our projects microapp and an images microapp. Now the images microapp contains an image and a caption, but it is embedded as an embedded microapp field type inside the projects microapp, and it's called images here. That's the field name. So we're going to do the same for comments. So let's start off, we'll create a new field. The microapp name that's going to hold these is called comments. We'll create this. Field name will be name. So we're not going to worry about permissions and user login and stuff like that. Just going to keep it simple, and it's of type plain text. And that's it. That's our first field for the comments microapp. And now we're going to need another one, which is to hold the actual comment itself. So the microapp is comments, and the field name will be comment. And we'll keep it simple, just make it plain text. So, okay, so that's our data container or microapp to hold the comments. Now we need to bring this into the projects data container. So we go to projects here. I'm going to do the same thing we did for images. I'm going to create a new field going into the projects microapp, and the field name will be comments, and it's of type embedded microapp. When you select this, you get the option to choose the microapp you want to embed. In this case, it's going to be comments. That's it. So that's how we've set up the data structure for embedding comments inside a project. Now let's go mark our design up. So we'll scroll over to here. There's our menu of comments. So you'll see it's inside the comments panel, and then we open this up. There's a comment list. Now, instead of being a normal view that's pulling in results directly from comments, we want to pull these in from the projects microapp. So we'll go to our design tab, and this is going to be referring to that field that we just set up in projects, and it's the comments embedded microapp. So this will now pull in comments in the context of the current project you are looking at. And so once you get down here to the embedded app view settings, this is where it's more like a normal Buzzy menu. Yeah, you give it a layout mode, which in this case is results. Won't worry about limiting or pagination, and that's it. So that's our wrapper for the menu. And then inside that, we've got, again, like a normal Buzzy menu, we've got a repeating element, which I've already checked here, and another one which is just a design shim, so we can ignore the second one because it's the first one that's going to repeat. Doesn't need a link to anything or do anything else, but we do need to define the fields within it. So this is going to be a field, and it's, now we're talking about the comment microapp itself, so we'll pull in the name field, and the mode will be summary. We'll just make it a summary mode. That's it. And then over here, this one is going to be, again, it's a field, and it's referring to the comments microapp, and it's going to be the comment itself. And the mode will be, make a summary as well. So that's it for rendering the actual comments when there are some. If there are none, we can come down here. So this can be an alternate view. So we'll go to, this will be again a reference to that embedded micro app, and the view mode is going to be the no results layout. So this is like the polar opposite to this view that we set up before, and this view was called, you'll know, oops, if I scroll down, sorry, scroll down, it was called comment list. It got its name from the layer name here. Then we need to make sure that our no results view is referring to the same menu, so we need to make sure the name is the same. So it's trying to name itself no results because that was our layer name for this one. Just need to make sure that the name is the same as the results view. So now Buzzy will know to switch between the two designs or views, depending on whether there's a results or not. Just make sure, yep. Okay, now the last bit we need is the form. And that's this here. Again, inside our comments panel, it's the add comment form. So again, we can call this a form. Actually, important to note, at this point, we're talking about adding stuff to the to the comments micro app. So in this case, it's just a normal form. It's not an embedded field at this point. This is just referring to a normal form to add comments. So in this case, and it gets its context. It knows what project it applies to based on the screen that you're on. So there we go. So it's a form. We can call it add comment. The micro app is comments. The form layout mode is capture because we're inserting data or capturing data. Okay, so that's our form wrapper. Inside this, we've got two fields. First one is going to be our name field, and the mode will be in insert mode. And then the second field here is going to be the comment field itself. There it is. It's also in insert mode. And the last thing we need is a submit button. This could be an action. If you know, on the action types, you scroll down to the forms, there's submit. And when it submits, it wants to go somewhere. In this case, we've set up a little overlay that just says, yeah, your comment's been added. So that's where we'll go. So the action screen is comment success, which is what that one was called. One thing to note, if you don't redirect to a screen, a little gotcha might be, say you're trying to redirect to the same screen you were on without opening an overlay and whatever, you may need to pass the parent row to the screen you're on. Just say if something's not working, just try that. There we go. So we've defined our submit button, and that should be it. So let's publish this. Update our app. Okay, let's go check it out. Switch back to our preview. Here's our project screen. I'm just going to hit refresh. And there we go, we just saw it as it loaded. There it is. There's our comments panel. There's no comments, so let's add one. Dave, and first comment. Click add. There's our success modal, and there it is. Another one. There's the second comment. Now if we jump back to our other project, for instance, those comments don't apply to this project, so they only render in the project that they've been embedded within. So there we go. Simple example of embedding data and using the embedded micro app field. Hope that helps. Link to the files will be in the description. Thanks for watching.